We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Throwing to start here is Tua. And his first look is incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now we're going to get a timeout as they deal with an injured player, and it's Tyreek Hill who is the man that's in some discomfort right now. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fights him off. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
On the double. Hey, go Beard. Set.
One of the Panthers' big off-season acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
On the set. Black ultra.
They run with a 3rd-year man, Chuba Hubbard, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll try to throw down. Young. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. You talk about this Miami defense. They played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And it is caught. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. First and 10, Young. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got Mingo. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Mingo with the catch and the first down, and you need receivers like him. No matter the route, gets open and gives his guys some easy completions. Could be the brightest star among many new faces in the Panthers receiver room.
From the red zone now, Young. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Hey, check Mega.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Dolphins at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
The slot man in motion right. Right back to A-Chain on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Young to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
That's once again complete to Chark. And he's brought down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that. On 1st and 10, Young. Incomplete. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. Breaks through the contact, and now past another. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
To the air once more, Young. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. Chuba Hubbard. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Hey, get set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times, 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Dolphins nothing.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Their own 42-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Blue striker. 10 cycle.
Young off the play fake. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Open man is Mingo, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Check Spears. Six. Mega.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing, because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Right.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
down.
down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Taken in at the 22. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessful.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Young will set to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
It'll be Young again. Sharks got it left side. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Ready.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Young. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners. And they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Play action. Now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A-Chain diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And Young's throw there incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Young now from the 50. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. To throw, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He's into space past the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Ready?
On play action, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Okay, right?
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Right, 6.
On the draw, here's Sanders. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Fight, white. Cut.
1st and 10, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Ready.
Young to throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Young on 3rd down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Back ready.
Looking to throw, Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 35, here's the second down and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. This one thrown underneath to A-Chain. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And Wilson in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the...
And now off to the races down the right side. Look at the big man rumble. He stiff arms him. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. Young to throw it. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Now Tua. And that almost almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd down and 4.
Green Jack. Set.
Young. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the gun, it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Come on, set. Set, go.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Ready.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, go steal. Hut, hut.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Smash, smash.
Right back to Hubbard. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
The 5-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we